Hola, buenas tardes, FELIZ Año NUEVO. Yes, it's 2019 and welcome back. I'm mildly excited today because it's a new year. I hope you had a wonderful Christmas and whatever you did for New Year. I'm excited about this year. I'm really looking forward to what is to come. There's lots to come this year and that's what we're going to talk about in this video. It's the obligatory, mandatory video where YouTubers talk about their travel plans for 2019, but also I'm going to talk about some other bits in terms of work, in terms of what I'm planning on doing this year. As always, my plans change like the wind, so this video could be completely pointless, but we'll see what happens. And I'm going to do something a bit different today. So I'm in the kitchen at my mum's house in Devon in the UK. So for those of you that think I'm in London, I'm not. I was in London for like a week, less than a week, but I've been here over Christmas, literally in the middle of nowhere. I might do a video here, I don't know. But I'm doing some cooking. What? Cooking? Well, cooking. That's what I'm calling it. I'm going to try and do some tacos, Mexican food. And I want to apologise in advance because, as you will probably expect, the quality and the variety of Mexican ingredients, proper Mexican ingredients in the UK is fairly limited and minimal. The fridge is making a funny noise. Shush. But I'm going to try my best, okay? And, you know, because the thing about Mexican food in the UK, I'm going to be honest about this. Before I was in Mexico, I thought that hard-shell tacos were Mexican. They're not. They're Tex-Mex. We don't do hard-shell tacos. No way! So, we're going to do some cooking, at least with what I've got. So, let's have a look at the ingredients. Oh, this is exciting. Right, ignore the books, because that's my tripod. I'm really happy because normally in the UK you get flour tortilla wraps for like fajitas. Ugh, fajitas. But I found some corn tortilla wraps. They're a bit big, as you can see. You know, not the type that you would get in Mexico. I'm going to be doing something that's kind of almost Venezuelan Colombian as well because I don't have any chorizo. The chorizo in this country is awful. It's the Spanish one. It's just too greasy and horrible. I had arepas a lot in Colombia, and I used to have, where's the, like, the beginning of the label? There isn't one. And I used to have them with tuna and sweet corn and cheese. Oh, cheese, I need to find cheese. And also, look what I found. Cholula hot sauce. Yeah, Cholula hot sauce. I was quite pleased to find something like this. I've had some already, as you can probably see. And you know what? It's all right. It's a bit watery. A lot of the salsas in this country are watery, so it needs to be thicker. Yeah, so let's get cooking. Okay, one thing I did forget. Frijoles. Refried beans, Old El Paso. You're gonna die when you see what is in this tin. Okay, frijoles. I don't know if you can see it, but look at that. It's just like a paste. There's just no beans in it. There's like one bean I found, which is just atrocious. So a little bit of frijoles on the tortilla, whatever it is. It's a bit big. And then some mayonnaise. Oh, say when. Oh, that'll do. A bit more. Oh, you're gonna kill me for this. This is not Mexican. Mexican David style. Let's put some salt and pepper. I don't know what difference that makes, but apparently it's a good thing. Is there any pepper coming out of this? Yes, there is. I think I just put loads on. Right, I know it's very basic, but you know I don't like vegetables. I don't have any coriander. I do have herbs over there, but there's nothing really. Oh, there's also gin. Let's not have that. Right, and the finishing touch, cheese. Unfortunately, there's no quesillo in this country, so I have to use cheddar. But it's cheese, it melts. Whatever. The cheese is on board. Let's fold these bad boys over. Oh God, what are these? I'm sorry, Mexico. I understand if I will be banished from Mexico from this day forward for doing this. Okay, oil in the pan. Oh, isn't this nice? Cooking with David. Oh my God. Let's turn the heat down a bit. Beautiful. Oh my God, it's stuck. There we go. Lovely. Awesome. Let's see what these turn out like. Right, while I was attempting to cook, the fire alarm went off, so I had to run about opening doors and stuff. And while that was happening, they burnt. But it's okay. Don't worry. Okay, as you can see, one of them did get cremated down there. Sorry. And salsa. Let's put the salsa inside, David, not on the top. But it's all good. Frijoles, tuna, sweet corn, salsa. The cheese is melted. So, wonderful. Oh my God. Look at it. Right, that was an ordeal. You can probably tell by the state of my hair. But you know what? Let's see what they're like. Okay, it tastes burnt. Cheese, frijoles. Okay, when the salsa kicks in, that's when it really tastes Mexican. Okay, this isn't bad. Well done me, cremated tacos. Don't try this at home. Right, so after almost causing an inferno in my mother's house, it's time to talk about 2019. The first thing, I don't really want to look back because I did that in the last video, the overly dramatic compilation of 2018, which you can check out up above. It took me many days to complete, so please watch it. Thank you. One thing that has become increasingly apparent to me over the last year, I would say, so this is the third year of me doing this, long-term travel and everything. The first year was very much fast travel, finding my feet in terms of YouTube and everything. The second year was more about sustainability and making this sustainable largely through italki and teaching English and building this channel as well. The thing that I found that I never really realised is the fact that being in one place or one country and building an audience there is so important, because, you know, the first year I was going from country to country to country, and, you know, someone interested in Indonesia videos isn't necessarily going to be interested in Ukraine, for example. So staying in one place has really benefited me, and that's what is going to continue in the third year. You know, this third year I talked about, in Vallarta, I talked about getting somewhere long term to stay, which I've done. Yes, revelation. So basically the original Airbnb that I first ever stayed in Mexico City, in Navarte, you might remember it from the video I did in, I think, Biblioteca Vasconcelos, one of them, a long time ago. That was featured in there. It's perfect location, Wi-Fi is great, everything is great, and I will be there from March, beginning of March, because it's not available until then. So until then, I plan to stay in Mexico City in January. February I've kind of used as an opportunity to block out to do some travel. So a bit like what I did last year when I flew to Guadalajara, went to Guanajuato, Taxco, places like that. I want to do like a month like that where I'm going to places like San Luis Potosi, Aguas Calientes, Zacatecas, etc. And after that, you know, I'll be back in Mexico City, put down some roots, and probably do some more travel around Mexico, for example, Chiapas and places like that. Maybe back to Guerrero, who knows, we'll see what happens. And in terms of travel for 2019, I'm definitely not going to be travelling like I did the first year, and even like the second year. However, I do want to do some trips to other countries, a bit like what I did last year with Havana, with Montreal, Colombia on a shorter scale. I was there for 3 months, because I still want to do that thing about experiencing other cultures and coming out of my comfort zone, because I think being in Mexico City for a long time will become my comfort zone. I think it already has, and I think it's important that I still do that. So there will be some other trips, maybe to Central America, or I really want to go back to Brazil, things like that. We'll see what happens, but predominantly 2019 will be based in Mexico. So that's great news. Awesome. So that's travel. In terms of other things, teaching with italki, I've just put my prices up today, because the thing with italki is that when you haven't increased your prices for a while, you have a lot of regular people, and people will continue to book with you, new people, and you just become overloaded. It's kind of a saturation point where I thought I need to put my prices up, reduce the amount of lessons I do for the same amount of money, effectively. So that will give me more time to do as many videos on YouTube as possible. Wonderful. Other things I want to do in 2018, this is a bit, what's the word? Pie in the sky? Blue sky thinking? I don't know, I can't remember. I meant to be an English teacher. A blog and a website. This is where I really would like your input. So would you be interested if I set up a website, you know, where I had a blog on there as well? So as well as doing videos, I could also write something as well. I like writing. I'm not too bad at it, actually. Yeah, let me know if you want me to do that, because it might be just something just additional that I could do alongside videos. Should it just be about travel? Should it be about digital nomad, teaching, things like that as well? Who knows? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Other thing that I would really like to do is set up my own online teaching platform, basically where I will then find teachers to teach. I wouldn't do it myself, and the commission that, say, italki gets right now, I would get that commission. So it's very much like passive income. That is slightly crazy thinking because it's a very saturated market, and how do I make it distinctive from other platforms? It's something I'm thinking about. Additionally, things like web design, I have no idea about, but luckily 80% of my English students are software developers, so they might come in handy. Awesome. The last thing that I think is really important that I really want to get better at in 2019 is the social aspect. Not in terms of Facebook, but in terms of actual people, because I'm a workaholic. I don't stop, and I find it very difficult to go out and meet people, develop friendships, things like that, because I just don't want to. I work in silo very much, but I really want to make an effort to do that this year and build some connections in Mexico. And the last thing, which is also really important, which I'm determined to do this year, is improve my Spanish. So I would like to do some kind of Spanish course for a few weeks or whatever, however long it takes, to improve my Spanish. I'm not saying that I'll ever be fluent in Spanish because I don't really want to be, and I don't think I need to be. You know, right now in Mexico I can get by on a daily basis, but it's just like talking to the guy in Oxo or whatever. I want to be able to get to a point where I can express opinions better, or at all, on a daily basis. And you know, when I do meet friends or whatever, I don't want to have to rely on them knowing English. I want to be able to mix it up a bit and show that I can speak a bit of Spanish. Yeah, so that's a huge aim. And in relation to improving my Spanish, this video is once again sponsored by italki. italki are an absolutely fantastic online language learning platform. As you know, I teach English with them, so I have first-hand experience of this platform. One of the great things about italki is the fact that you can learn culturally, i.e. you can speak to a native speaker and improve a language. One of the things for me about learning a language in a classroom environment is that potentially some of the material that is used might not be up to scratch in terms of being up to date in terms of the language that is used. But when you speak to a native speaker, you will learn the language that is spoken every day on a daily basis in that country. Additionally, italki is fantastically affordable. It's considerably more affordable than offline language platforms such as Rosetta Stone, which can cost up to $200 for a beginner CD. If you're interested in using italki, why not check out the link in the description below and also in the pinned comment, where you can get $10 in italki credits off your first purchase. Happy New Year! Start the year by learning a new language. How about that? So I hope you've enjoyed my cooking efforts today, and also hearing about my plans for 2019. Why don't you tell me down below what your plans are for 2019? That'll be cool in terms of travel, in terms of whatever. And that'll be great. So next up, I will be possibly filming some videos in this location. There probably won't be much. And then I'll be back in Mexico very soon. So thanks for watching. Have a great new year. And I'll catch you later.